There's too many people around the world.
But there are a number of guys who do go back to their exes.
And there's nothing wrong. To the guys that go back to their exes, there's nothing wrong. Go do what you want for yourself.
Disclaimer, wait, I don't fully agree with that. Sometimes there's something wrong, okay? That ex might be super toxic for you. Don't do it. Don't go back.
Yo, did you see this thing? All right, what up, people? It's your favorite podcast, man, back again with another one. I'm Michael Scenario.
And I'm Muro Ogunkoya.
And you are on Menisms, ladies and gentlemen. Season 3, we back again. So welcome. We appreciate you guys that have been watching us, that are subscribed to us. First off, we have a new YouTube channel called the Menisms Podcast, Abby.
Yeah.
So please make sure you go on YouTube. It's no longer going to be on Mado. It's going to be on our own channel so you guys can just focus on Menisms. So we appreciate you guys that subscribe to our audio platforms and to our YouTube channel. So make sure you keep doing it and tell all your friends to listen to Menisms. So how you doing, G?
Yeah, I'm all right. It was Sunday at Lashes 2-year anniversary.
We thank God.
So it was a good time.
We thank God. We had Ashake in the building. Shout out to Ashake. Shout out to Ash Lux. Shout out to Vertical Rave. We appreciate you guys for coming through. Vertical Rave was one of our partners that brought Ashake and everybody. So it was crazy because for me, it's like I've had a very long week just preparing for it. And we also had the boys from Chocolate City on Major AJ, Candy Bleaks. They came through with Chocolate City. Ayan Fed came. Victor. I said Vector. Hey, the Nigerian in me already said Victor. Vector, the OG, was there. So we had a lot of good people. And it's 2 years of Sunday Lash. I mean, you've been coming Sunday Lash for a while now. How have you seen the growth?
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, watching it, right from the little Elashe party turned to this whole movement now. So it's
good. We thank
good
God.
stuff, man.
Shout out to you guys that support us. December, all of you that are coming to Nigeria in December. I can't wait for you guys. Let's just say that you guys are going to have a good time. But yeah, man, we got some more questions to talk about.
Yep.
Thank you guys that are sending your questions, your comments. We appreciate you. We're going to read some. I'll start with the first one and then we just keep it going from there.
All right, cool.
All right. Number 1 from Anonymous. I've never made it to the girlfriend stage ever. How do I have a guy take me serious or commit? I do realize one of my first mistakes is having sex early in the dating stage. I also have an anxious attachment style I've acknowledged I'm working on, but any advice? Well, first off, I respect the fact that you're acknowledging your part in it, but then also is also the mental that to take accountability. But yeah, you see, obviously, when you have sex early, that obviously can change things. But then I know, especially for guys, when you start noticing a girl get so attached very early, depending on the guys, that could turn off. Like, I know for me, it's like, if you get too attached early, I'm not saying don't like me because I'm going to like you too. But you know when there's some girls, like, the attachment is too much. Like, I don't know if you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
So it's like when it's too much, it's like, for me, it's like, hey, like, if it's like this now, imagine if we start now, you might even be a bit,
But would you say that's at the stage when you guys have talked about what you both want, or you guys still just
no? Sometimes it happens straight up. Like she said, if you have sex early and it's not even in the relationship, because the way she's saying dating, you don't know if it was the first day, you don't know if it was the second day, you don't know if it was the third day. Like, let's be real.
You mean like when they had sex?
Yeah.
Right, fair.
So it's like from then, depending on the time period, if it was like you guys had sex very early and you still don't know each other like that, and then all of a sudden she's attached, most guys are gonna run away. I'm not saying it's right.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's correct. You understand? But obviously, more times than not, some women obviously are going to be more attached to that because you had a sexual encounter. So I would say she said it herself. I would say my advice to you would be, if I'm being real, just hold off from sex because most men, we switch up.
So the thing is, I mean, my own take is, again, I don't feel like sex is ever really a reason why guys won't be serious. Cause
behave now.
No, I'm saying this because there are a lot of relationships that started from literally sex on the first day and then you guys just hit it off, right? Mm-hmm. So she shouldn't beat herself, because I say this because she'll be battling two things. If she meets someone who she's not compatible with, and she's depriving herself of sex because she thinks that's what's going to make the guy serious, right? Then she's losing both ways, because she does want the sex, right? But at the same time, she wants the guy to be serious. Now, I don't want to necessarily say losing both ways, because if she's okay with not having sex because she's not getting more than sex, then that's fine. Mm-hmm. But if she feels like she's holding herself back, right, then she's losing both ways, because the sex in the end is for her to enjoy.
Mm.
It's not necessarily because she's giving it up for the guy. Do you get it? It's for her to enjoy. And so if she's holding herself back from that, then she's losing both ways in not getting the relationship from the guy, not
But
having
how
the
do we
sex she
know
wants
she's
to
not
enjoy.
having sex to hold the guy? Because we actually don't know that.
So again,
It's for her to enjoy. It's for both sides to enjoy.
Yeah.
But some people, that's why I says no. I'm not
Mhm.
going to say women. Man or woman can use the sex as a way to say, "Hey, this is how I'm going to
This is
hold
how-
the person."
so, and I agree with you on that. But I think from the angle that she, phrased her question, it sounds more like she's accepted that, look, we can have sex without having to be attached based on the fact that we have sex,
okay.
right? So, she sounds like she understands that dynamic exists. And so she's just in a place where what most likely is happening to her is that she's had sex with the guys, and then maybe the sex is enjoyable, and so she likes the guy afterwards, and hopes that maybe something can develop from that, and then it just never
But
does.
then it's like if you keep doing the same thing, you can't expect the same.
Yeah. No, so
the
I
different
fully
result.
agree with you in holding off, right? But I'm saying if she's gonna hold off, it's not everybody it works for where you're trying to gatekeep the sex, and so because there's so many guys that can play the long game, and the long game is
That's long, man. I can't
there's so
lie to
many.
you.
See,
That's
it happens a
long.
lot, so
That's
you guys
long,
never have
man.
sex.
I
You think
don't-
he likes you genuinely, and then you guys have the sex and it goes.
That's too long, man. Like, it's each their own shot.
yeah.
But fair. Do you want to read the second one?
Yeah. Okay. So, so the second one says, also from anonymous. Do men ever regret breaking a girl's heart or messing up any past relationship? Do men go back to their exes? Is there any ex guys always think about and secretly miss? Do guys save for later mentally? The girl they'll want to marry until they are ready to
I
marry
don't know.
her.
4 parts question is this?
Okay, so there's so let's
The
start with
first one. Do men ever regret breaking a girl's heart or messing up any past relationships? Yeah. But more not. Well, I can only speak for myself. It won't be. It's more of just like you learn from it. You wish you handled some situations better, but everything in life happens for a reason. You learn from it. So, like I said, it's like the way I think now, the way I move now. Like, if I was the way I am right now, then some things could have worked out. But I wasn't at that stage of life. I had to go through that process to get to where I am today, which is why I'm good. So, yeah, I mean, like I said, obviously, as you get older, you think back on some things, but nah, I wouldn't say I regret it. What about you?
In my case, I there are one or two that I can say I regret, particularly because again you hit the nail on the head. I handled the situation poorly, right? And I know that it could be for whatever reason, maybe attachment issues, maybe abandonment issues, but for whatever reason, I know that there's some situations where I know that things could have panned out differently with someone and they didn't, and maybe I didn't even handle the break-off point as well as I should have, Of course, I mean, and this is the younger version of me, like in my 23, 22, when I'm still kind of trying to understand, and navigate adulthood and stuff like that. So,
But would you say, but let me ask you this now, with the way you are now and
Yep.
23, would that person still be in your life today with the way you are right now?
I think if I wanted the same thing from the person now, yes. So the thing is that because I was in a different mind space then, I was more focused on so then it was less business stuff, more just okay, I have a job. So there was a life work balance that was much better than it is now, right? So if I want the same thing from the person now, I would say yes, they would be in my life. If I want the same thing from the
Because
person,
I'm about to say, would you still have the focus on work the way you
That's-
see what I said?
yeah,
like,
and that's why I brought it up. That's why I brought it up because
'Cause
I know that now I'm doing a lot more. I have a lot less balance because I'm doing a lot more. My hands are in so many other things now, and so, but knowing the person and how I felt was the person. If I wanted the same thing now, then yes, I think I would have handled it much better.
Okay, fair enough. All right, second question.
Yeah.
Do men go back to their exes? Some men do, obviously. People in the world do,
never in
but
my life.
nah, I'm alright.
Never in
I'm
my
alright.
life.
I'm alright. Once we done, not in a bad. There's no beef or anything, but it's just like I'm good.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm
It's
good,
never
man.
like a. It's never like a.
I even
never
saw
like a
one of my
beef thing.
exes when I went on tour. When I was on tour in America, I saw my ex, and I mean, we talked, but it wasn't
I
like
don't talk.
it wasn't like in my head I'm like maybe because like I said I'm in a whole different space of life, and vice versa. Sure, you see, but it ain't for me. I ain't going back to
Yeah.
my ex. There's too many people around the world.
But there are a number of guys who do go back to their exes.
And there's nothing wrong. To the guys that go back to their exes, there's nothing wrong. Go do what you want for yourself.
Disclaimer, wait, I don't fully agree with that. Sometimes there's something wrong, okay? That ex might be super toxic for you. Don't do it. Don't go back.
Yo, did you see this thing? You know that show in London, Blue Therapy?
Yeah.
So I saw a clip, and it was this
Which
guy.
one is this? The one about the girl that was going on vacation and saying that the guy wasn't pulling a lot of weight.
No.
Okay.
I mean, it's similar, but it was like it was a dark skinned guy, another girl, and then she was complaining like, yeah, he's making some money, and they do the normal things of dates. They go out to dates, they go to shows, they go on holidays, like. They do the stuff that couples do already.
Mm-hmm.
But then she's feeling like it's still not enough. Like, there's still some more money that he could make if he put his mind to it. I said, you bastard. I said, how dare you? Like,
I think it's the same, babe.
And then the worst part is the boy himself. It gets better. This is why, notice, I'll tell you why I just said what I said. Because the boy too was explaining his job, what he does. Do you know this boy is younger than the girl in terms of he's like 24, 25. The girl's 31 and has a child. And he's still taking care of both of them. I said, you wicked human being. Now, unfortunately for the guy, he's in love and all that. I'm just like, bro,
like, really,
bro, run. Because it's like the way she just said, like, yeah, he's making money, but I feel like he can apply himself more. Meanwhile, he's taking care of you and your child. Like, nah, B. And so that's the kind of exes.
You know what she's done? She's put him in the standard she's usually, around, which is maybe older guys who have had time to, you spoke about it one time, like they've had the time to make more money, right?
Mm-hmm.
Again, not saying that you can't be a billionaire at 24 or 25, but usually the way life works is
it's a progression.
It's a progression. You get, and so she's now beginning to impose what she's used to seeing outside with.
God, you see, that's one of my biggest icks, and funny enough, we talked about that, but we may talk about that, but it's like. Sorry.
We'll get to it.
You'll get to it.
We'll get to it.
Next, all right, third question. Is there any ex guys always think about and secretly it's sort of similar to the first question. So I'll let the last one. Do guys save for later mentally the girl they want to marry until they're ready for her?
This is a very interesting angle because it's a yes and a no.
Yes, it is. You have the potential. You have the girls that you see as wifey potential.
Yeah,
that is
and so
like,
you're just like, when
hey,
I'm
this
serious,
girl, like, if
back.
things work out for me and this girl connect.
Yeah. So but it's not like we find girls that we can save. You get what I'm saying?
Do you have girls right now that you're like, if things were set, everything well, this is the kind of girl you can marry?
Yeah, I think I do. I think I'm usually the problem in that setup, right? I'm usually the one that's maybe, I'm just, my mind is just on so many other things, or maybe I'm just not emotionally there or mentally there. But yeah, I do have one of the people that I know. If I fixed up,
like I said, plural people, there's some candidates. You are single, you're allowed.
I'm very single. So, so if I sit up, so I say people because. One person may have something the other person doesn't, and then this person has something. So it's more like, but I'm not saving them like, they're my property, and anytime I'm ready, they're just there waiting. No, but there's a part of me that just knows that, okay,
if things align, then it's like,
exactly, yeah.
Like I had some, like before, obviously, I had some girls that I was like, did you ever do this thing with girls like, oh yeah, by this age, if I'm both single.
Oh my God, yes.
The funny thing is, I definitely said that for one girl for like when I was like 22. Like one of my close friends, she's funny enough, she's married now.
Right.
But it was like when we were 23 or 24, I was like, yeah, if we're single by 30, yeah, it could work. Yeah, that girl got married like 25, 26.
So how did you? So we say that, right? And when you say that with the other person, even though actively you guys are not pursuing anything with each other, there's a part of you that feels like, I definitely like this person enough to.
Oh yeah, and
so how did you feel? Like how did you feel when
she got married?
Yeah,
I was fine.
Fair enough.
You know what's it? Because like I said, I've noticed I've grown. I grow every year, like all of us do, to be honest.
Yeah.
But the thing you liked one year might not be the thing you like the next year. And there's some I've noticed, even me, like. Before I noticed there's certain types of girls I always used to go for. There's some girls I always was like, oh, this is the wifey material kind of girl. And this is like the bestie kind of girl that if something worked out, it could flip. And then there's the girls I used to love chasing that is like, I have no business chasing these girls. And for then, when we were like close friends and all, like she was like a homie. She was chilled and all. But I noticed I was like the opposite of her. It's like we were very close, but I was the opposite. Like I'm the wild one. Like then I was the wild one.
Okay.
I was out. She was more reserved, homebody. But when we're together, it's like chemistry. But I knew like now, if I look at it now, it's like it wouldn't work out in a relationship at all. I look at it now like, nah, I need somebody that's sort of like me. You get what I'm saying? Like, and that's why I said through life, by the time you start dating some people, you start noticing the things you want in a relationship, and then you eventually find that person.
Fair enough. I mean,
growth.
That works.
Growth.
Which is why, actually, this is why I said in most cases I'm the problem. So, yeah, because I'll be honest, it's true. I know.
The thing is, I would say I was the problem. However, I noticed a lot of like, cause I'm just very in tune with myself. A lot of girls I noticed would like me early on, but I'm like, you don't know me yet. And it's funny I say that because I'm also going to be a hypocrite, because I won't lie, in my past, I'll say you don't know me yet. Meanwhile, we rushing doing everything else.
Yeah. No, but actually, I mean, in your defense, right? In your defense, it's really important to. So I've had a discussion with someone before because someone said, "Oh, you say you don't know me, but you may not to have sex with me." No. It's there's a very thin line between knowing someone to date them and knowing someone to have sex with them.
Exactly. Now, I know you well enough that I feel comfortable and safe enough to have sex. Yes. And it's not even like every girl you do, because even that, I'm still very picky. And even that, I'll chill. But if we do that, it means I'm comfortable enough that, okay, we can share this intimate moment and continue to grow from there. But relationship, we still don't know each other. Let's be real.
You see, and this is why things like even one night stands can exist, because if you had to know someone every time to have sex with them, there would never be such a thing as one night stands, right?
I don't do that though.
I don't know. I'm saying, but they exist, right? These are things like people are not going to hear about a one night stand and be like, "Wait, you had sex with someone you don't know." It's not. I mean, some people will say that, but it's not so abnormal, right? Now, if you tell someone, "Oh, I met her today. I got married to her today," do you get what I'm saying? Now it's like you don't even know this person. You're getting married to her, like, or dating. Explain yourself. Now, the reason why there's a difference like that is because there's a lot more that goes into the relationships. Like, you're going to be coexisting in several events together. You're going to be with family together. Like, you want to know how this person conducts themselves with family. They want to know how you conduct yourself with their family. Or, when you guys are at home, how do you feel about children? How do you feel about, homeschooling, abroad schooling? How do you feel about boarding school, day school? These are things that you would have to really know to know you guys are aligned. Because imagine, going with the flow, so to say, and then you get to a point where you're trying to talk about having kids, and then she's like, "Oh, I don't want to have children." And then you're there like you've been dreaming about this family of 4 children with you. You're like, do you get what I'm saying?
Lie, I had a girl that I was serious with, and when she told me that thing at first, she said it at first like, "I don't know if I want to have kids," and I just looked. I was like, "The fuck?" And I had to like control my, like, is as I said, maturity is a process, because that's like mature, because like you have to respect people's opinions. But for me, it was like that's a deal breaker, because I definitely know I want kids. But with her, it's like when she said, I was like, I really don't know. Then what's the point in pursuing this then? Because
and this is a good point. So imagine that you've heard that from her, right? Would that stop you from having sex with her?
Nah.
Exactly. So you see, this is me further saying that getting to know someone is actually not what in the equation to having. I mean, yeah, of course, it would be nice to get to know the person.
That's what I said. That's your view though of sex, though, because to people around the world, everybody has a different view of sex.
I'm not even saying it's. I'm not saying it's okay to have sex with people you don't know. What I'm saying is that the dynamic of knowing people before you have sex is not the same as knowing people before you get in a relationship. And so that's why now that you've even gotten to know that you guys don't align on a relationship level, you guys can still have sex.
Yeah, fair.
So that's what I mean. There's a clear difference.
Like I said, just for me, like I said before, like my standard was I have to at least be very comfortable enough with the woman, vice versa, because I'm not going to be one of those dudes outside when you see each other. Ooh,
yeah, exactly.
Like, what's the wild? I did like that's
like
even
you guys will
that's
say
even
hi,
more shame on me, even that I have to hide my face from a girl, because that's more shame on me in terms of my standard. So yeah, I get where you're coming.
Yeah.
All right, let's see this question. How to ask a guy about his intentions with me so he's not wasting my time. How do I even bring this topic up in a subtle way? It's not in a subtle way. You be direct. That's why most of you are going through your problems. Be direct. We're in 2023.
That was gonna be my
Say
response.
what you want. Me, I'd rather be fat. I used to tell you, when I see a woman, are you ready for a relationship? No, I'm chill. Once you say no, okay, we're both on the same page now. If you say yes, fine. I'm not here to waste your time, sweetheart. I'm not ready to do a relationship. I'll tell you for real. From there, it's up to you. If you want to still disturb me and mess with me, I'm here. But I've told you, I'm not ready.
Yeah. You know, the thing is, I keep telling people that it's not an easy conversation to have. Like it's one of those uncomfortable conversations. You're going to have it in that discomfort. Like you can't. There's no, because it's a conversation that, in fact, the fact that you have to think of how to have the conversation is already telling you that it's a hard conversation to have, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not everybody is ready for that, especially if you guys have been vibing and everything is good, right? And then you want to have a clear definition of where things are going or what you guys are doing.
I remember
and
a
stuff
girl
like that.
basically ended it because I literally asked, what are we doing? Like I told her my intentions or tried to say my intentions, and that's how it ended. Imagine. Because I am the one that said, hey, we've been doing this thing for a while, and I do like you and shit. Like, yo, what's up? Like, and from there, she just switched up. The funny thing is that she switched up and it ended it. Of course, months later, as some of you women do, she now came to me and said, "Oh, I just want to say I was going through this.
I was about to say she was in a
and
bad
that's
place.
why I was in a place like I didn't know, but I actually do like you, and now." They'll now come and say now. I'm like, no. You think I'll wait for you? Get out.
You know what I got to figure out what happens. You know what I got to figure out happens during those times. It's not it's not in all the cases, but they would have the discussion with their friends and just let them know that
Oh my God.
and then there'll be the one friend that'll be like, wait, and you stop talking
your
to him.
friends are not your friends when it comes to relationships, women. Like, get that in your damn head. Every girl needs to understand. You go and say, I'm going to confide in my girls. You think they don't have another man they're going crazy over?
But that's
also?
the thing. It's also one of the friends that'll be like, wait, so you stop talking to him because of that, and then she'll now start reflecting like, wait, actually, you know what? Now that you talk about this, nothing was actually wrong.
There's always that
There's
one
always
friend
that
that
one
gets
friend.
sense.
There's
That's
always that
okay,
one
fair.
friend.
But some of the other ones will just be saying, you two do be supporting her. Like, you think them two are not going to go back to one man?
And then that friend, a couple of months later, will bring you up. Like, what's up with Michael? Like, you guys still not talking? And then she'll not be like, yeah, well, no, I mean,
do you know the funny thing about narrative? It will be like you are the one that cut her off as a guy.
Yes,
Meanwhile, it's her that cut you off, and he's like, I actually liked her. I was ready.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
This life.
I know what you
As
mean.
well. Anyways, okay, there's a long question. Okay, guys, quick thing. We appreciate every question, but this person wrote an epistle
A
or
whole epistle.
so I'm going. Do you want to? You said you read it before. Do you want to summarize it?
Okay,
And then
all right. So okay. So what I'll do is I'll read the first paragraph and then summarize the rest.
all right.
Because so the person goes, "Oh, hey, Michael and Murray. Not sure if you intend to read my story. Yes, we do intend to read. We're reading it right now. But I read it back in my notes app and I realized it was written a bit confusingly, so I wanted to give another go. This is long, but please bear with me. So I just went through my first heartbreak. Now, the reason why I'm reading this first paragraph is because there's something she mentioned that I wanted to. So she goes, this is long, but please bear with me. So I went through my first heartbreak in early February of this year, around my 31st birthday. I took some time to grieve the relationship and started dating again in March. Please, how is that taking some time to grieve?
Say that again. Say that again.
She had her first heartbreak in February.
Mm-hmm.
And she said she took some time to grieve and she started dating again in March.
She didn't like that guy.
How is that grieving?
She didn't like that guy.
Barely a month.
That's not real grieving.
Because relationship, like true relationship, you're grieving, bro. You can't get back.
It took me 2.5 years. As much as I was still doing shit, partying, people were thinking I was okay. I was not okay. It took almost 2 years to get over that real heartbreak, man. It took almost 2 years.
Well, but then again, I mean, she's speaking her truth, so let's go with that. And then she goes, at the time, I thought I wanted to date intentionally to get into a serious relationship. But in hindsight, I was trying to replace my ex. Okay, so that means you.
Fair enough. So
exactly.
you weren't healed yet. You were
Exactly.
trying.
You were
Fair,
trying, yeah.
fair.
I recently realized that I am actually not emotionally available enough for another relationship right now. Okay, so growth. Anyway, I met this guy in March. Let's call him LeBron.
Dead.
And told him that I was looking for something that would lead to a serious relationship. But he was honest about the fact that he only wanted something casual.
Now you see there, ladies, let me explain something to you. Look at me. When a man says he wants something casual, you are not going to change his mind. It is he himself that has to make the decision as a man that, you know what, I want her.
I want something. Yeah.
But I don't know why so many women think once we say that thing, it's like, oh, give him time with me, I'll change him. No, sweetheart. No.
Right. And then she further says, this was actually cool with me and I continued to date other men. But I figured he and I could have a friends with benefit situation. He was the first guy that I felt any chemistry and attraction to since my ex. This was a win-win and I genuinely liked him as a person, but didn't desire something serious with him. Not because I wouldn't be open to it, but I'm just not interested in being with someone I have to talk into even being open to a relationship. Fair enough. It also allowed me to be more clear-headed with the guys I was dating more seriously. Since then, things were going well.
This you're reading the first part.
Yeah. So I'm going to wait. Hold on, because she has some juicy things that she does. Yeah. So since then, things were going well. We text almost every day, and we'd hook up a few times in a month. I was honest about things happening in my dating life, and she said, well, not the sexual stuff, but yeah. Anyways, now I can summarize it. So now she's basically talking about from this point rather. So she was talking about the dynamic with this friends with benefits friend that she has, and so she says that they continue to talk and continue to hang out and stuff like that. And then one day I think they spoke about wanting to talk seriously about what they had and all that, and he apparently was dropping hints that he started to feel more, but she wasn't catching on to it, right? So I'm guessing she's saying apparently because maybe now reflecting on that, she's beginning to see that. So she said that he was dropping hints and that she just wasn't catching it, and so she was just moving as per usual. And that, they would talk often. I mean, they were really close and all that stuff. And then one day she's in her apartment building and then she runs into a guy in the lift and they talk and everything and then he gets her number. And then she says that she remembers the guy, her friends with benefits guy, LeBron, saying that, let's put a name to it. So saying that he had a friend in her apartment building. And so she was like, oh, you know what? Let her just run it by the guy just in case they are friends. You get? And it just so happens to be that they were friends, right? And so she let the guy know that, oh, look, this guy's trying to talk to me. He's your friend, obviously. Well, now that he's your friend, she's not trying to be in any kind of friend squabble and whatnot. And then he's like, okay, cool. And so I think he spoke to the guy to let the guy know that, okay, you know what, they're already talking and stuff like that. And then I guess the guy was like, okay. But then fast forward to maybe a couple of weeks later, the guy hits her up again, right? And he's like, oh, wants to take her out on a date or something like that. And she's like, okay. She doesn't follow that. They're supposed to be friends. Like, is he? And so she brings it up with the guy again, with her friends with benefits guy. And she's like, okay, no, but this time maybe not bring it up with your friends. So there's just no friction. She doesn't want to be in the middle of all that stuff. And then he promises not to. Then I think later on she says that after he promised not to, their communication now really dropped, right? I mean, the whole dynamic of the relationship was that he was the one always reaching out to her. He was the one always talking more, putting more energy and stuff like that. But after that whole incident, he just really drew back. He just really stopped texting as much. He stopped, showing affection. He just really drew himself back completely. And then she said she tried to talk to him about what was going on and everything. And he's like, oh, no, that he's fine. And, everything is okay and stuff like that. And summary of this is that now she's conflicted because she feels like the guy must have gone back to that friend, maybe read text messages between his friend and the girl he was seeing, and now that he's had feelings, right, he's now taking it a lot more personally. So now her point is she supposed to be feeling guilty for how the guy feels, so to say?
She shouldn't have said anything.
I agree, but now she's because there's two things that's playing out now. The guy was trying to throw hints that he now suddenly likes her, so they're trying to move the dynamic of their relationship from just friends with benefits to something a little more. But he's not being clear about it. He's not saying this is what I want. I'd like to take,
which
next
is
steps,
his own problem too. His own problem too.
So now he's in his feelings that she's entertaining his friend, whereas there was no clear-cut decision that.
But
this is what
even logic, like, I don't know why people always like putting themselves in these kind of positions and all that. Whereas, like, if we single, right? Like when I was single, I don't give a fuck. Like I'm doing what I like. I'm not saying I'm going crazy, but it's like
Yes.
I'm single. I'm not tied down to anybody.
Yeah.
So if I'm on streets, right, and I meet one girl one day, me and her vibing, we cool. We ain't doing nothing serious, but we vibing cool. And 2 weeks later, I meet another girl. I happen to know that you two are associates or friends. 'Cause I don't know the level of your friendship. Now, if it's your best friend or something, that's different.
Yeah.
But you're associates. Everybody mind their business, so because again, there's no concrete. Hey, I'm doing this
unless
doing this.
one person says, "Oh, I'm actually trying to take this seriously."
Exactly.
Then, you know.
Because me, I'm a very like private person, whereby our business is our business. Like if we do something, I don't go around telling people, and vice versa. I hope you won't. So her even does come into the guy saying like at first like, "Hey, this your friend. He's trying to move to me."
I guess it was her trying to be transparent.
No, but that's
two-edged
but
sword.
then it's like you already said you don't want anything. You guys don't want anything serious. So bringing up a conversation like that is like you have something serious. If people actually stuck to the rules of friends with benefits, that means you keep it as what it is. Any other thing, like I always used to tell girls, see, before if we're doing friends with benefits or something, if you go out on a date with me today and go with another man tomorrow, it's not my business.
And that's the truth, right? Because because I'm trying to put myself in her shoes or his shoes even. If I'm with someone who maybe I have friends with benefits, and then I get to find out that she's also seeing a friend of mine, maybe not my best friend or anything, but someone I know. I'm sorry, but even if I feel a certain way, I have to swallow that certain way.
You have
I
to
feel.
charge it to the game. It's not to like it. Now, if we are both official and we've had and you go and do it, you are
Yeah,
mad.
So, but that is just a friend's benefit.
It's fair game.
Exactly.
Because you two, as the man, state your intention.
And it's also not like I told her, "Oh, this particular guy, if you see him, avoid him." Or if you
Now, don't get me wrong. Some people and girls too can be bastards in terms of men and women both. Because I know women will say I'm the same women too. But if you've seen, there's some people that know a level of friendship with some people and will still go and try and play that game. Let's give a perfect example.
Yeah.
Okay, me and you. It's like somebody now, a girl, let's say, well, she can't now, but let's say if she came to you now.
Right.
And she's doing her thing with you.
And then
you guys are saying you're single, low. She bumps into me.
you.
She's seen us together, oh.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
But she might even, let's say she didn't watch Menisms, but she's seen us out together or something. Or she sees us out a few times together.
Or she's even just seen pictures.
Like for me personally, there's a common sense that it's like, that's too close to home. There's too many people, so I don't even want that trouble in myself.
Yeah,
but some people will still go and try that thing, saying, "Hey, maybe it's not something that's serious." Then you involve yourself in drama.
Yeah. So, well, to be fair, you can't say that that's what she thought, because she clearly didn't even know. I mean, in the elevator when they met, if she knew who he was, she would have known who he was and just maybe not given him a number in the first place.
But how did she now go to the guy saying your friend?
Because, okay, so the guy mentioned in passing one time that, "Oh, I even have a friend that lives in your building." Do you get? And so she was not like, "Oh, wait, what if this is the friend?" And she's like, "Let me confirm from him," type of thing.
And it happens to not be the friend.
It happens to not be the friend.
See, once they say that, done. Simple. For him to say,
but also the friend was being a dick, and I'll say that for real. Because
because he still moved to her.
Because he still moved to her a second time. Like, so the first time was understandable. Like, okay, now, and I'm sure she told him that, "Oh, I'm seeing this your guy." That one too, still trying to get so. But then again, another thing is that we don't also know what. Guys are also funny because you don't know what the guy is telling his friend about her.
And you know what?
Because sometimes when the guy has confidence to move to... I take that
back, because even when you say my guy, I know someone that it doesn't mean they're guys. Like that how we said it before.
Yeah.
It's probably a guy that we're cool, but no be your
like
best.
I know him, but I don't know him.
Like for example, somebody can tell me, Lucky Horizon. I know guys that stay there, but they're not like your bestie that I'm always there, but I know they live there.
Exactly. Yeah. So it could be that. Yeah. Well, anyways, I guess in the end, she should just take it as, well, another relationship down the drain and just move on from it. Because I don't think, except the guy comes and shows clear intentions, there's just really nothing else that's kind of unfold from that.
Everybody will be okay, Joe. Anyways, let's see this last one. So again, thank you guys for these comments and stories. We appreciate you guys. Last one. Share your experiences anonymously. The Icks in women.
Are you waiting for me? Please go first.
Go first. Why are you saying? See, guys, tell Moriwa to stop doing this deflecting thing. They ask you a question.
All right.
I'm ready.
Okay.
I'll start.
All right. No, I can go.
Okay.
So I think One top one for me though is posting birthday lists. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, but I can't wrap my head around it. Like, you can have a birthday list. You can have one in your phone, preferably passworded in your notes. But just take a screenshot, post it up on your socials.
I get jealous when I see that shit. Because it's only women that can get away with that kind of thing. Because guess what? There's one man on
Of
your
course.
story that is going to say,
and
sweetheart,
oh no,
I just
and
thought
they
about
know,
you.
they know, and you see the whole list. Oh, some people write, "Oh, I want pink MacBook."
Let me bust your head. One girl just posted a list like 2 weeks ago. I swear I saw Meccano small jet.
Like, I'm not saying don't like and want stuff, but
Posting
it
what I've realized some
is
girls
so
are
tacky
doing
to
is the
me.
things they need for their personal life. Like, you know, it's a birthday gift there. As if I saw
of
Meccano
course, things
Gen.
they need. Yes, now
Oh,
you
this.
see 60-inch Hisense TV,
And guess what? Somebody will buy that Meccano Gen.
Of course.
Somebody will buy it.
Yeah, I just find it very tacky that you would post that up, because it's like, okay, you know, I'm trying to beg, but not really. So let me just like,
You know,
let me put this out there. But I mean, again, please, people do their thing. But I personally, it's a huge ick for me.
You know,
I can't.
I'm gonna get in trouble for this. Actually, I'm not, because if I don't know you like that, to be honest, like, we shouldn't be. But you know, when some girls that you're not as close to, and let me make sure I say this, because there are girls I'm close to that can't even get away with it. But if I'm not close to you, all you calling me bae, boo, hun, shit, I don't like that shit. Let me just be real. Unless me and you actually have a relationship together, I'm sorry. It
Or
doesn't
like getting
mean
extra touchy in public.
Yeah.
Just
Yo,
and the thing is, so you want to be polite, but you also want to be like, can you not?
No, like
What's
sweetheart,
happening?
like, don't, because the thing is, if the role was reversed now, will you like it? No.
Yeah, I get you. I think I can relate to
As
that
I said, and I don't want it to seem rude, like I'm not friendly or something, but it's like, you know, you understand what I mean as a guy.
I
Like,
get it. I
some
get it.
girls really be like a touch or two fine, but some girls be touch. Hey, babe, hon, it's like, sweetheart, we
And
don't
then
know each
they
other.
try to play you down when you try to be stern with it. Like, what's even wrong with you?
What was wrong with you?
Is
Like,
it because
you
I'm
two
showing you?
are fine,
Is it
but,
because I'm showing you small attention, so you're behaving like this?
small attention. It's like, nah, sweetie, don't touch me. Like,
Most times I'm like, yeah, please, maybe just don't show me the attention. Then how about that? Just not. I'm okay. You don't really have to, like.
bro.
And then you come off as proud. But I'm like, okay, so how do you want me to draw my boundaries? Because you and I know we don't know each other like that. So
No,
I
the
wouldn't
thing is,
go in
especially-
public
I
and
remember
look
there was
no
one
touchy
time.
feely.
Oh my god! I remember there was one party. Like, one girl, I could tell she had that alcohol confidence going in, and she just kept touching like my neck. First time I was like, hey, and it's like second time. First time I was like, hey, trying to play it off. Then she did it again. And it's like, yo, please stop touching me. Like, seriously, like.
Yeah.
What's another? I have another. See, I have some deep icks. If you really want to get into this shit,
Yeah, let's go.
okay. Let me not lie to you, ladies. I love you. I appreciate your styles, but they asked us to question the icks in women. That's why I'm saying this. But you know, some girls, I'm sorry, because I grew up with a lot of women, I notice a lot of things in women. So one of those things is like hair, the way you keep yourself and all. So there's some wigs I've seen in some women.
Damn, it's coming for your closures. Damn.
You know when the closure is not glued in well, that you can see the glue. That is, I don't know. I've seen it mainly in Lake. It happens. The funny thing is, it happens in America too. You know, I used to always
Yeah,
think,
of course. It
but
happens
even in
everywhere.
America, when I went on tour, I mean, there's some you saw were amazing. You never guess it's a wig or something. Vice versa, some here, but some here you will still see the glue. I don't know, with these IG bodies or something that they don't glue it well. It's like,
And then you literally you see it. Like, you see
it's such a turn
the
off
start
for
line.
me. Oh my god, it's such a turn off for me. I'm sorry, man. Like, well, you've seen it. You know what I'm talking about.
I've actually experienced. So there was one time I invited somebody out, and then she came, and I was
I'm like, because if you
So
sweat,
I couldn't-
if you sweat now, what's going to happen?
I couldn't say anything. So actually, in a situation like that, do you tell the person that, oh, do you know that you're, or you
Unless
just,
we're in a serious
just ride with
relationship,
this?
I can't say anything now. It's not my business to tell you how you, unless we're in a serious relationship that there's that level. But if we're just seeing and talking, I have to just take it to what it is. Just like, okay, do you want to continue this my way or not? It's up to you now at this point, sis.
Fair enough.
Another ick I have: bad attitudes, horrible. Like, I don't care how fine you are in this world, because guess what? You're not the only body in this world. But when you have a disgusting attitude, is the biggest ick for me, because kindness is not hard. Like, you get what I'm saying? Now, don't get me wrong. I understand some women do get annoyed by the amount of men that probably approach them, and some men too are not the nicest people when they approach them, so they don't want to be bothered.
Yeah.
But then there's some, what I'm talking about, like some girls that give unnecessary attitude. It's like, oh my god, like, sweetheart, stop it.
Same for me.
Like, I remember, I want to say something so bad, but I'll seem like a bastard. But again, we're just speaking our truth. Like, I remember there was this one girl, I told her off one time because she just used to have this bad attitude, and she came for me and all that. I said, and then I told her straight up, I said, sweetheart, look, if you leave this country, you're nobody.
Damn.
Like, because she was being so rude. Like, I know my friends. So it's like, when someone's being rude to your friends and all that, and then you're trying to like avert, then it's just like, yo, sweetheart, like, you have to say that one statement that'll make them check themselves. Like, can you calm down? I know you're getting attention in this city, but if they take you out of here, you are just another number. Stop it. Like,
I know those ones. One other ick I just remembered is that's people or women who have the, oh, I don't give a fuck, you can't shame the shameless. I need you to have some shame.
What do you mean?
I need, like, so people who can go to like maybe you're just trying to grab food at a fast food restaurant and they start twerking. Like they just maybe they hear their favorite song. Oh, this is my jam, and then like you and two of your friends, all of you are just twerking. I'm like,
I like it.
Nah,
I like it.
No,
like
I need have
that's
some
what I like
shame.
I like the American girls with like express themselves. I'm just like, because maybe it's because me too, I'm shameless. It's like, oh, mommy.
There are some places that I'm just like, this is not the place or time for we can do this. Not here. Like, I just can't. I don't. So I guess I'm the kind of person who doesn't like a lot of unwanted attention. So I can't imagine being at a grocery store. We're about to pay. We're on the queue, and then you hear ski, and then you're now.
I'll join her. I'll look at her, baby. What's up, ski?
Nah.
I'll join her.
I can't. I can't. Have some shame. Some shame. See, no, you can dance, but I'm talking about like drop twerking, drop split on the floor. That's a lot.
One thing I have, ladies. If you are invited to the club, right? You're invited. Unless your man himself bought the bottle, stop reaching for the damn drink first unless we offer you the drink. Unless you are offered. I don't care. Maybe that thing irritates my soul. You would have some girls, and the thing is, if I bring you as like my friend, as a woman or something, that's because you've come with me. So
yeah, of course.
Fine. But if you're somebody you're doing attaché with another guy we invited. Not even that he's part of the main table. Yeah. We invited him. You now came with him. He's like, hey, bro, I brought like 3 beers with me. NOP, bro. You should wait your turn. Let me serve my girls first.
For the bottle to pop it.
You now that just came here, you're rich. Are you crazy? It's disrespect. I remember there was one girl again. Bro, if I talk my talk, I remember one girl. We had a section, right? So we had a table. Like me, I told you, I don't do bottles, tables, all that. But this one time we do. Having a good time. My guy now says, bro, there's some 3 buddies that want to come. I'm just like, bro, it's just like, I beg. I see them, I'm like, oh shit, they look good. I bring them. So one of them comes. Do you know this girl started going like this? She doesn't know me. She comes to my friends. She comes to the section. Do you know this girl started doing this to me? Sorry, excuse me. Can you move a little bit? I went mad. I said, yeah. So me, you know me. You should know me already now. So she got like, sorry, excuse me. Can you move? I just want to.
Exactly. Yeah, I did that.
I went back to what I was doing. She tapped me again.
Oh man, like, can I?
I'm like, no, you can go to that side.
Exactly.
Because mind you, I have my friends here. I'm in my space. It's already tight. You're now telling me to move. Oh my! I kept her there. She kept looking at me like I was crazy. I said, we can stand here and look at each other until she eventually left. I said, can you imagine?
There's that, and there's the category of the ones who. So you guys have ordered. There's the bottles, everything on the table, and then maybe the first 2 or 3 bottles of champagne is finished. Then they order more. Wait, like you're not part of the table. You're not even part of friends of friends. You're a third party of the third party. Then you order. You're like, oh yeah, you know what? Let's just order 2. But on whose bill?
I felt so bad for one guy. There was one time there was one Obi's. God forgive me. There was one Obi's house. We've already paid for the drinks. One of the days that the guy brought us to go and order a drink, everybody started leaving. Because then I went to the bathroom, right? I already had gone. By the time I came back, everybody's left. You see the guy there with like 4 of the waiters now surrounding him. Oh, so I now got to him like, hey, bro, what's happening? He's like, bro, I know we paid, but my babe ordered 1 more drink, Here's the bill. I'm trying to see who can split. I just see 150K. I said, my brother, I'll be right back, man. Hey, I paid my shit.
I'm out.
You know what? You know what ick I have actually. I hate. I don't know if I should say this on camera. You know those ones you want to say, don't want to say on camera. Like,
do your thing, bro. I'll back you up as much as I can.
I don't like. I guess you can't say it's an ick because everybody's entitled to do what they want. But you know, girls that like, like, you guys maybe liked each other back then, or you guys were like very cool at one point or something. And because she has a man now, she'll just act like she don't know you if she see you in public. Okay, so it's not just me. It's not just me. I was about to say, actually, I know I'm not crazy. I know I'm not crazy.
Funny enough, I feel like this is also in the same category of people who you guys talk, you know each other. In fact, you guys maybe had a thing or whatever, but then just somehow maybe they got into a relationship, right? You guys stopped talking for a while. Then you see each other in public. She's not even with a man. You see each other in public, and then she just throws her face away like she doesn't know you. I feel like that's the same category. I'm just like,
no, that's worse. Because at least the first one she's interact, right. Like, yeah, but she may be a bit standoffish.
Right, that's it.
Again, me, I always tell girls, me in my own head, I'm like, if you're with your man, I can understand because
that's what I said.
Because same way, if I'm with my babe, I can't be the. You understand?
I get
but
it. So,
if he's not there,
you're alone. I'm not even trying to chat. I'm just trying to say hi and move. Like I'm just trying to. Hope you're good. It's been a while. Good to see you. And then they act like, and the worst part is if they're with someone who doesn't know you or doesn't know that they know you, now you look like that guy who's.
Now you look like, yo, you're chasing or doing attache. I say, hey, yeah.
So, and most times what I do is I'm just like, yeah, you know what? If you're looking at me like you don't even know me, I'm just gonna lock up.
No, me I be somebody. Me I be somebody. If you like do it to me, no problem. But I'm telling you, I go deny you outside. Again, if you're with your man, that's different,
right?
Because I respect that.
Yeah.
Vice versa. My girl, like you know another ick I have. I just really thought of one now, and I'm trying to think of how to say it properly. But what was it? Help me. You say your ick, and I'm going to think of it now because I literally just had it, but I'm trying to think of how to say it.
I think one other one I have is this culture. We don't even call it a culture.
I just remembered it now. The whole when you talk shit about men 24/7 on your social media. 24/7 on your social media about men. This, in fact, you know what? It's actually my own fault. Now me, they follow you. It's my fault, so I actually can't complain. But that shit be annoying. Like sometimes you'll be scrolling, you see another men complaints. I'm like, Jesus, like, what is it? Have you ever asked yourself internally? Maybe it's the men I'm dating. Because
they will never own up to that.
Because me, I had to be honest. Like there were certain girls I kept having some woman problems until eventually I had to be like, nigga, you two, what kind of girls are you going for? You have a type. How about you switch your type and go for what you need instead of what you want? I
agree. I mean, I totally get that one, and I think that's also an ick for me because I know people. Now, people know me generally that I don't block people, but I've blocked people because they run with this. And actually, it was one of the icks I was going to mention. Like they run with this. Men are dogs. Let's just keep. I'm like, see, you can have your own truth, right? And you can stick with it, but
it shouldn't be the whole propaganda for every damn man in the world.
And the worst part is that if you're trying to have a constructive conversation with them, and maybe they see that you're somewhat getting to a point of validity, they switch it to, well, I mean, that's what you men always say, I'm manipulative. I'm like,
and see, that's why I tell women now, you see, when it comes to menisms, we like doing this podcast, but don't come and meet me outside to come and do debate too. I go ignore you because I'm telling you, once this camera is off, leave me alone. Go and watch it. Go and do your debate in the comments. Bro, it's...
I know. I can't stand it.
You know what ick I have? Selfish women.
Selfish in what context?
Many. Selfish that you can't... Two ways, actually. Let me be real. We're just talking on podcast. If you're selfish financially and sexually, I'm sorry, that is the biggest.
Wait. How are women selfish sexually? I want to hear more about that. Let me know. I mean, hey, this is I'm ignorant. Let me know.
You're a fool.
But for real, I want to know what you mean.
Just like before, like if it's a kid, like have you ever been with some girls like it's always you do the other work?
Oh, right. That's what you mean. Okay.
It's always you doing all the work. Like, don't get me. I'm enjoying it, but for once, you do something.
Like, let me actually even feel like you.
Let me feel like, yeah, this is the best. Like every time, it feels like a chore. When it starts feeling like a chore, like every time it's like, is you. She might be a fine girl, though. That's the thing.
Bro, that's even when
That's
it's
even
worse.
the worst. Some of
That's
the
when
worst.
it's worse, man.
She's a
Because
fine girl, and then it's just
that's when it's worse.
it's so
Nah.
disappointing. It's like, so like I said, it's just annoying. That's an ick for me. It's just like, so really, like, you're not going to step up one time, you know? And I'm not saying I did say every time. Just once.
Yeah, no, I mean, okay. I mean, now that you've mentioned context, I get it. It does make sense. Because the selfish ones are.
They're not going to code it as pillow princess. You selfish human being. It's not pillow princess. You're selfish.
One ick I have is this. Yeah, I was trying to mention it earlier. It's not a culture, but it happens a lot. Maybe outside Lagos, but in Lagos, I know this whole, oh yeah, we're going on a date, but you have to buy me a dress. I'm just thinking, and it's crazy that it got pushed to the point where it started to seem normal. Like, what do you mean? I'm trying to take you out to get to know you.
And you're not my girlfriend. What the hell?
You don't even have to be like, I'm already doing everything else for the date to be.
I can do it for my girlfriend,
all you're
but
supposed
not
to do
you.
is show up. But now you're saying, oh, okay, if you don't buy me a dress, I can't go on a date. Like, okay.
Entitlement, basically. So I don't with you.
You know what,
Entitlement
actually,
is
I didn't even want
fucking
to. I didn't even want to bring it because it's a whole
entitlement is
umbrella.
such an ick. It's like, who are you? Again, other men do it for you. Fair. Go and meet them. But leave me out of it. I'm not going to fall into your trap or game now. That's how. If I say some stories in this day. Funny thing is, it's only in Lagos I've experienced some of these things. Because when I'm in America, in the UK, it's not like that. It wasn't like that. Like, it wasn't like that. It's not, and that's why I said it's not like we're selfish. Like, again, of course, I like to do stuff for women or people. You get what I'm saying? But there's so much entitlement with some women, because again, it's not all women. Some women in Lagos that this fantasy standard they put because one or two older men or something have and even men your age. Let's stop saying older men, because some guys our age are also responsible for the behaviors here. We just always assuming it's older men, but guys our age now that maybe you've gone to some money now, you start getting babe attention, you're starting to do this. It's like you're putting that unrealistic standard in her head now that she's not going to say, unless you buy me this or something first, I can't go out with you. So that already, to me, that already makes it feel like, all right, so yeah, you got a price tag on your head, sweetheart. So it just means that, yeah, you might like me, but it just means the other dude that has the right amount of money now is going to come and take you. I don't need that in my life. It's not money that's going to make me keep you.
I agree. I mean, I think, entitlement is definitely
we can't keep going on this thing, but
I think
we've tried, because even me, I can't go on and I don't want to vent, but you guys keep sending these questions and comments in, because this is actually mad. The whole episode really was just us really replying everybody, which is good though.
And we didn't even get through everything, so
we still have a lot more. So we're gonna talk about them on the other episodes. But again, for now, before we even round off, do you have any plugs? Anything you want to say?
Do I even really have any plugs? I mean, again, like I said, you're going to be seeing
you have a whole freaking clothing business. You're going to annoy me. You're going to annoy me. You have a clothing business, my guy.
You're going to see a lot more of my fashion stuff. So you guys just keep looking out. Keep tagging my fashion brand, and I think that's pretty much it. I mean, I'll still shout out to Menisms again. You guys remember that we have a new channel now. So
follow the YouTube.
Go subscribe, go like our stuff, go watch, tell your friends to tell your friends to tell their friends, right? And I think that's about it.
Yeah, for me, plugs, obviously, Sunday Last Year as usual, December, Menisms. I'm going to have a new thing coming out soon, SOD experiences.
Okay.
So scenario on deck experiences. So stay tuned for that. People that see me do my parties, you'll see some more stuff. But man, everybody just keep supporting us, keep rocking with us. We have some special guests coming soon. You guys know how we do on the podcast. We start with us, and then eventually you're going to see guests. So stay tuned. But until next time, guys, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel and all our audio platforms, and we will see you next time. I'm Michael Scenario.
And I'm Muriel Welcome.
And we will see you on Menisms.